Good evening, members, officers, and those who are watching our meeting on YouTube. This is the December meeting at the full council, which is going to, with the changes, it's going to be the mayor making. And we're all now familiar, I hope, with our online meeting protocol. But if you just remember, when you're not speaking, mute your microphone. Interested as I am to hear your dogs barking and children crying, it's better if we don't. I normally at this point declare the meeting open and invite you to sit down, but you all look very comfortable, so please don't move from where you are. I'm starting the meeting slightly in different manner from on your script. I want to pay tribute to the late Lorna Dervix, who died since the last meeting. Lorna was a wonderful mayor, for those who remember her, and councillor, a great supporter of the arts and the arts. And I always associate a word with Lorna. I can't remember the word, but I can remember it, what its meaning was. Apparently in Sweden, there is a word which would translate as civicness. It doesn't, because we don't use that word, but that's one thing that's always stayed in my mind. I will at this point invite, if anybody else would like to speak. No, sorry. Has someone indicated? No, they haven't. No. I will. It's all right. It's the echo of my voice. I will invite us all to bow our heads.
Brian,
Thank you very much. I wasn't able to get to the funeral standing outside because I got caught out and had to self-isolate for a fortnight. I backed the wrong horse with a holiday destination. My former wife and former councillor, Margaret Moss, she went along, and apparently there was an excellent turnout. And I did speak to Neil. We crossed our paths crossed in the council offices about a week ago. Right. The item 1 is the election of a mayor for the ensuing year, or ensuing year and a bit, I imagine. Have we a proposer, please? Tony?
I'd like to propose Councillor Ray Jarvis as mayor.
Thank you. And have we a seconder?
Marion Humphreys, I'd like to second Councillor Jarvis.
Thank you very much. Would you each like to say a few words?
Yes. I would. Obviously, I would like to say I'd like to propose Ray Jarvis to be the next mayor of North Warwickshire Borough Council. Councillor Ray Jarvis has joined local government by joining Atherstone Town Council in 2003. Because of the outcry of the residents of Atherstone, with Councillor Denise Clues to protest against the topple testing in Atherstone Cemetery. And between them, they managed to get over 200 gravestones erected for free. Councillor Jarvis has always shown a keen interest in the residents of Atherstone. For many years, he was on the committee of Atherstone Dickens Night. He was on the chairman for 5 of those years. From 2006, Councillor Jarvis created a chaired Summer in the Square all the way to 2017. Councillor Jarvis has been Mayor of Atherton Town Council and is still a member. Councillor Jarvis joined North Warwickshire Borough Council in 2013. During that time, he has sat on different boards. He is a deputy chair of planning, of which I know he enjoys. I have personally received comments about how good he handles any problems with the residents in his ward. I think Councillor Jarvis will be a brilliant mayor, along with his wife Carol, to represent North Warwickshire Borough Council in these times we have ahead of ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Tony Clues. Have we any other nominations, please? Doesn't appear so. Does anyone else wish to speak? Right. Although we haven't got opposition, we need to put it to the vote. Sorry? Councillor Deakin had indicated, and Steve Max had noticed him, and I hadn't. So, Councillor Deakin, please go ahead.
Sorry, Mayor, I was a bit delayed. I just want to wish the Labour Group will be supporting the nomination of Councillor Ray Jarvis, and I just want to wish him well on behalf of the Labour Group in his ensuing civic year. And thank you very much for his time as Deputy Mayor.
Thank you for those kind words, Councillor Deakin. Right, now you'll notice I've got the chain-in box here, but normally we transfer it from one mayor to the ensuing mayor, but tonight. Right, we'll take the vote then. Mr. Tobin.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councillor Bell?
For.
Councillor Chambers?
For.
Councillor Denise Clues?
For.
Councillor Tony Clues?
For.
Councillor Davey?
For.
Councillor Deakin?
For, I think, if that was me.
Thank you. Councillor Dervitt?
For.
Councillor Downs?
For.
Councillor Farrell?
Apologies.
Councillor Farrow?
For.
Councillor Gosling?
For.
Councillor Hayfield?
For.
Councillor David Humphreys?
For.
Councillor Marion Humphreys?
For.
Councillor Jarvis?
I will abstain.
Councillor Jens?
For.
Councillor LeBrun? Councillor LeBrun? Councillor Lees?
For.
Councillor MacDonald?
She is here.
Councillor MacDonald? Seems as though
The picture looks frozen.
Mr. Mayor, we could return in a moment, see if we can re-establish connection.
Yes. I mean, she's her face is moving now.
Councillor
Hello.
MacDonald.
Sorry, my internet went down. For.
Thank you. Councillor McLaughlin.
For.
Councillor Mawson.
Apologies.
Councillor Moss,
4.
Councillor Osborne,
4.
Councillor Parker,
4.
Councillor Parsons,
4.
Councillor Hayden Phillips,
Sorry. Yeah. Thanks, thank you.
Councillor Hayden Phillips,
He's muted, but he's saying 4. Sorry.
do we have Councillor Phillips? So Councillor Owen Phillips,
I'm 4.
Councillor Riley,
4.
Councillor Simpson,
4.
Councillor Singh,
4.
Councillor Smith,
4.
Councillor Simmons,
4.
Councillor Andy Wright,
4.
Councillor David Wright.
4.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much, then. I now invite Councillor Ray Jarvis to sign the acceptance book.
Thank you, Brian. I, Raymond John Jarvis, having been elected to the office of Mayor of North Warwickshire Borough Council, declare that I take office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. And that's signed the 2nd of December 2020. And I'll sign the book. There we go. Right. First of all, I would like to echo what Councillor Moss said of our colleague Lorna. That she will be sorely missed, and she was a very, very good friend of Atherstone, and she will be sorely missed by everyone. First, thanks to Councillor Tony Clues for his speech. Didn't think I'd done quite that much, but hey, if that's what he's found out, that's what I've done. But first, I'd like to thank Councillor Brian Moss for the previous period of his mayorship. He conducted with integrity, dignity and respect over very, very difficult times. We must also be grateful and show our thanks to the army of volunteers who have also helped over the last 9 months and continue to help those in need. The list is far too extensive, so thanks to all. Within our own council, it has not been business as normal, but business as normal plus all the extras that the pandemic has thrown at officers and staff, who have all pulled together to make things as normal as possible for North Warwickshire residents. Being Mayor of North Warwickshire is a great honour that you fellow councillors have bestowed on me, and I will endeavour to discharge that honour and responsibility to the best of my ability. Chairing full council meetings, as we are doing with 35 councillors plus officers virtually via Teams, is something that is challenging and new to all of us. But with some give and take from all sides and guidance from Mr. Maxey, I'm sure we'll have some lively and constructive debates, but at all times with the best interests of our residents that we represent at heart. This year, having a mayor's charity may be difficult, but I'll give it a go. The groups that I would like to support all come under the youth banner. And the groups are actually the Phantom Knights, which currently are British champions in marching band, which covers music and dance. And then the Atherstone Sports Club, junior sections, which covers rugby, football, cricket and hockey. Whilst they're all both based in Atherstone, their membership extends throughout the borough and totals several hundred members. Thank you. Right, let's go back to the script. Brian?
Thank you very much, Thank you. I would like to thank all councillors for your friendship and support during the year and a half, and all the officers. There are several officers in the room now. You can't see them, and I'm reluctant to swing the iPad round. I was at a meeting of Kingsbury Parish Council a few weeks ago, and I was in Poland, and I hadn't blurred the background. So somebody said to me, "Brian, where are you?" And I said, "Well, I'm in Poland." And I swung the iPad round, and my wicker chair on which I was sitting outside collapsed. And it took me some time to restore regain my composure. Despite all the problems, it has been a good year. I think I won't go through every meeting, obviously. I think the most memorable occasion was the visit by the ambassador to Nicaragua, organised by Councillor Downs and also Councillor Gosling for bringing along a young audience for the ambassador. She got on very well with the children, and of course then the problems started. I'd like to thank the officers in the council, especially Karen and Pauline, as well as Trish, my mayoress, who I haven't brought along tonight, on spacing grounds. She took it very nicely when I knocked the door and said, "Can I take the chain, please?" She was, as I mentioned when I started my mayoral year, she was my consort when I was chairman of the county council a few years ago. Yes, so I do thank you all very much. You're a friendly crowd of people, and I've got on well with everybody. At least I hope I have. So I will leave it at that. I'm not very good at making concise speeches, so I'll sign off there.
Right, thank you, Brian. I'd like to propose a vote of thanks to Brian for the last 12 months. If all members would like to indicate that they support that. Oh, Councillor Hayden Phillips.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Appropriate. I'll welcome. I'm happy to second that. I apologise for earlier when we were voting. I couldn't get the mute off. I'd just like to say thank you, a formal thanks to Brian for his year and a half. I think he's made a really good job of difficult circumstances, and we're all now used to his anecdotes anyway. So it's been quite a good year, and congratulate you now, Mr. Mayor, for your election, and I hope you have an interesting and fruitful term. Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor Phillips. Councillor Dervix.
Yeah, sorry, I was indicating that I supported that vote.
Oh. Councillor Simmons.
Yeah, I was indicating that I supported it, and I just wanted to say that it's been a really good year, Brian, given the circumstances, and that we've all enjoyed you being mayor. I've been at a few events where you've been representing North Warwickshire, and we've had a really enjoyable time at those, and you've represented North Warwickshire very well, and I'd just like to say thank you.
Okay, does anyone else wish to speak? Okay, thank you. The next item is apologies for absence or members away on official business. I think at the moment we have two, which is Councillor Farrell and Councillor Rose. Is there any more, Mr. Maxey?
No, those are the two that I've received. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Mawson, Mr. Mayor. Councillor Mawson.
Yeah, Mr. Maxey's made a note of that. Thank you. Declarations of personal or prejudicial interest. Any? We'll take that as there's none. Thank you. I'd like to move and sign the minutes of the last meeting. If somebody would like to propose the accuracy of those.
I could second those, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Do we take a vote on that, Mr. Tobin?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, we do need to take a vote on
Yeah. Okay. So I'll pass to Mr. Tobin.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councillor Bell,
4.
Councillor Chambers,
4.
Councillor Denise Clues,
4.
Councillor Tony Clues,
4.
Councillor Davey,
4.
Councillor Deakin,
4.
Councillor Dervix,
4.
Councillor Downs,
4.
Councillor Farrow,
4.
Councillor Gosling,
4.
Councillor Hayfield,
4.
Councillor David Humphreys,
4.
Councillor Marion Humphreys,
4.
Councillor Jarvis,
4.
Councillor Jens,
4.
Councillor LeBrun, Councillor Lees,
4.
Councillor MacDonald,
4.
Councillor McLaughlin,
4.
Councillor Moss,
4.
Councillor Osborne,
4.
Councillor Parker,
4.
Councillor Parsons,
4.
Councillor Hayden Phillips,
4.
Councillor Owen Phillips,
4.
Councillor Riley,
4.
Councillor Simpson,
4.
Councillor Singh,
4.
Councillor Smith,
4.
Councillor Simmons,
4.
Councillor Andy Wright,
4.
Councillor David Wright.
4.
Thank you.
Sorry, my screen froze then. It's back now. Yeah. Is everybody online? I think we had a short break in the chamber. Right, item 5 on the agenda is the appointment of a deputy mayor. We'll ask for nominations. Councillor Simmons. Councillor Simmons, you're muted.
Oh, it didn't work. I'd like to propose Councillor Tony Clues to be deputy mayor.
Can we just hold a second? Councillor Clues is having difficulty with his iPad. Just 1 second.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm back on. Right.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it. Thank you. Councillor Simmons.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll just start again because it all froze, so I don't know what you heard. So I said that I'd like to propose Councillor Tony Clues to be deputy mayor.
Is there any like to second Councillor Clues? Councillor Tony Clues?
Yeah.
Seconded by Councillor Singh.
I would like to second, Councillor Tony Clues as deputy mayor.
Thank you. Either Councillor Simmons or Councillor Singh would like to make any words about Councillor Tony Clues?
Yes, please.
Okay. Councillor Simmons.
Thank you. Tony is a relatively new borough councillor, being elected to represent Atherstone South and Manchester in May 2019. However, he's been a councillor on Atherstone Town Council for the last 6 years and has been mayor of Atherstone once in 2017 And as someone who has served in the RAF, is a veterans champion also. I think his experience will stand him in good stead and believe he'll be a great support to Councillor Ray Jarvis as his deputy and a great ambassador for North Warwickshire Borough Council.
Thank you. Councillor Singh.
Yeah. I've known Councillor Tony Clues for many years now as a friend and a fellow councillor. As Mayor of Atherstone back in 2017, he showed the very real interest of our town at heart, and he has both the energy and ability to do the same across the borough with the help of his wife, Councillor Denise Clues, and yourself, Councillor Ray Jarvis. I think together you will do a great job.
Thank you, Councillor Singh. Is there anyone else that would like to say anything? If not, we'll go to the vote. Mr. Tobin. Oh, sorry, Councillor Deakin.
Sorry. I just want to wish Councillor Tony Clues well on behalf of the Labour group. And I'm sure that the two of you will work very well together. And thank him for going forward for this role. Good luck to you both.
Thank you, Councillor Deakin. Anyone else wish to speak? I'll go to Mr. Tobin for the vote.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councillor Bell.
4.
Councillor Chambers.
4.
Councillor Denise Clues. Councillor Denise Clues. Might be muted.
She's shaking her head, so there's no confidence at home.
I think I can lose one vote.
Councillor Tony Clues.
I'll abstain.
Councillor Davey.
4.
Councillor Deakin.
4.
Councillor Dervix.
4.
Councillor Downs.
4.
Councillor Farrow. Councillor Farrow.
Sorry, it would unmute. 4.
Councillor Goslin. Councillor Goslin. Move on to Councillor Hayfield.
4.
Councillor David Humphreys.
4.
Councillor Marion Humphreys.
4.
Councillor Jarvis.
4.
Councillor Jens.
4.
Councillor Lebrun. Councillor Lees.
4.
Councillor MacDonald.
4.
Councillor McLaughlin.
4.
Councillor Mawson. Councillor Moss.
4.
Councillor Osborne.
4.
Councillor Parker. Councillor Parker. Councillor Parsons.
4.
Councillor Hayden Phillips.
4.
Councillor Owen Phillips.
4.
Councillor Riley. Councillor Riley. Councillor Simpson.
4.
Councillor Singh.
4.
Councillor Smith,
4.
Councillor Simmons,
4.
Councillor Andy Wright,
4.
Councillor David Wright.
4.
Mr. Mayor, do you want to return to the councillors who we couldn't contact?
Mr. Mayor, can I just raise a point of order? I may have lost the video link, the vital point, but I'm assured, I think, that Councillor Denise Clues should have declared an interest in this vote, and I didn't hear it. So I think we just need to formalise that. Thank you.
I haven't voted anyway because I got froze out.
Mr. Tobin, could we have a judgment on that, please?
Mr. Mayor, there's a right for all councillors to vote in relation to the election of the mayor. And it's difficult to see a particular interest which Councillor Chambers believes exists, and why that would be a bar to Councillor Denise Clues voting.
Yeah. Okay. Councillor Clues?
I will abstain then, Council. But
Okay,
I didn't vote because I was froze at the time.
Yeah, that was noted, Councillor Clues, Denise Clues.
I'm sorry, Chair, Mr. Mayor, I think it needs to be more formal than that. Clearly, if you're married to somebody, there is a personal interest in the election of your husband or indeed wife as mayor. And I've not studied the rules, but I suspect that there needed to be a declaration of personal interest. I have no objection, obviously, to Tony becoming deputy mayor, but I do think we need to be clear around the governance of this.
I'll pass that question to our solicitor, Councillor. Sorry, Mr. Maxey, the Chief Executive.
Yeah, thank you. Before doing that, sorry to break in, but before doing that, could I just add that when Lorna was elected mayor, I was asked not to take part in that vote because there was an allowance fixed attached to it. But, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Maxey.
Councillor Denise Clues has indicated that she's not going to take part in this vote, and so therefore the issue of declaring an interest or otherwise doesn't arise. So I'm quite content with her abstaining. In other words, that she is taking no part in that conversation. We can firm that position up and give some advice after the meeting in terms of what the position would be. But given that she is abstaining, I'm of the view that doesn't arise now for this meeting. Hope that helps, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Maxey. Has somebody else got their hands up, Steve? Any other people wish to speak? No, I can't see any other hands. Councillor Tony Clues, it gives me great pleasure to declare you as Deputy Mayor of North Warwickshire Borough Council for the ensuing period.
Firstly, thank you for everybody that has voted for me. So I'll give the declaration of acceptance of office. I, Anthony Simon Clues, having been elected to the office of Deputy Mayor of North Warwickshire Borough Council, declare that I take that office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability.
Thank you. Councillor Clues will sign the book at a later point so we can maintain the appropriate distancing. Councillor Clues, would you like to make any comments? Tony Clues.
I hope to fulfil my duties as Deputy Mayor and to support Councillor Jarvis as his deputy, and again, I thank everybody for their support. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 6 is to receive the mayor's announcements, which, as we might gather at the moment, are nil with the situation that we're in, and we'll now proceed as the printed agenda. Item 7, questions from members and the public. Are there any questions, Mr. Maxey? No questions.
Sorry, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Councillor Chambers.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know whether I'm in order to raise a question at this point, having not put it in writing. But in the context of the minutes of the meeting of the council held on the 21st of September, we did have a cross-party resolution and motion about the move to being a unitary authority, which we had a lively debate. There was a lot of support for the motion that was put forward jointly by Councillor David Wright as leader and Councillor Adam Farrell as our opposition leader. I just have a question about what has happened to that motion and where we are in relation to the county council's submission to the Secretary of State, which, as I'd understood it, was to submit both proposals from our district councils and from the county to put forward both these proposals as options that needed to be appraised. I've heard nothing formally since, neither has the Labour group, and I would be grateful for an update on where we are as far as progress or not towards either one unitary or two unitary authorities. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
I'll ask Mr. Maxey to answer that question, if he will.
Yes, thank you, Chair. I was just checking the provisions in terms of members' questions, but I don't mind taking this as a matter from the minutes, albeit briefly. The County Council did submit their request to the Secretary of State for an invitation, but that was declined. 3 areas were asked to submit bids, and that was Cumbria, North Yorkshire and Somerset. And therefore there is no other update other than that. We await the outcome of those bids, which will then be subject to public consultation and then decision by government, and we still don't have a date for the devolution white paper. We have been discussing this with group leaders, but happy to take that offline and update members as further required.
Thank you, Mr. Maxey. Does that answer your question, Councillor Chambers?
Mr. Mayor, no, it doesn't actually. I'm still not clear whether the track we are on is a dual submission from both districts and from the county in terms of consultation about the options that both of us all put forward on a cross-party basis from the districts, or whether the county council's proposal for one unitary is what is going before the Secretary of State for further consultation. Yeah. We've had no communication and no update as far as I'm concerned.
I'll ask Mr. Maxey if he could reiterate, please.
Yes, Chairman, I'll be very brief given that we're possibly outside of our procedure. There has been no submission, I think is the answer to the question. So there is no submission gone in from any party in respect of reorganisation in Warwickshire. What went in is a request by the County Council for an invitation, but that was not accepted and therefore no bids have gone in. Happy to update groups if need be and on any further detail, but perhaps we need to move on now, Chair.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Maxey.
Mayor. That's very clear. I'm satisfied now with that answer. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move on to the minutes of the boards. What we'll do, we'll go through all of the minutes of all the boards and then take one vote at the end, unless anybody wishes to pull particular items out, and we'll vote on those separately. So, Councillor Simpson, could you present the Planning and Development Board of the 5th of October and the 2nd of November, please?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I beg to move that the minutes of the meetings of the Planning and Development Board on the 5th of October and 2nd November be received.
Thank you. We'll go through page by page. Page 43. Where am I going? 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50. 51. And 52. No comment.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
So it's moved by Councillor Simpson, seconded by.
I'll second them.
Okay, and we'll take all the votes, as I say, after all of the boards. The second one is the Community and Development Board on the 12th of October. Councillor Bell.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that the minutes of the Community Environment Board on the 12th of October 2020 be received.
Thank you. Page by page. Page 53. Page 54. And page 55. A seconder, please.
I'll second that.
Okay, thank you. The next one is the special sub, which was dated the 3rd of November. Councillor Clues.
Mr. Mayor, I beg to move the minutes of the special sub meeting held on the 30th of November 2020.
Page by page, page 56. Okay, another seconder.
I'll second that, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Councillor James.
Thank you, Councillor Jens.
Mr. Mayor, to be adopted.
Okay, thank you. The next one is resources. Councillor Simmons and the board meeting on the 9th of November.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to present the minutes of the Resources Board meeting on the 9th of November 2020.
Thank you. I'll go through page by page, which is page 57, 58, 59, and 60. And seconder, please.
Councillor Davey will second that.
Thank you, Councillor Davey. Item E, which is the Executive Board. Councillor Wright.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that the minutes of the Executive Board held on the 23rd of November be received.
Thank you. Page 61. And page 62.
I'll second that, Mr. Mayor.
Seconded by Councillor Tony Clues. As we've had all of the things, we'll take one vote on all of the boards. Mr. Tobin.
Before we start on that, for the interests of accuracy in the recording, the special subgroup was stated that it was on the 30th of November and the papers say the 3rd. So could we just have that corrected before we vote?
Okay, thank you, Councillor Dervix. Yes, that will be corrected. On the papers, it does say the 3rd. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Tobin.
Thank you. Councillor Bell.
4.
Councillor Chambers.
4.
Councillor Denise Clues.
4.
Councillor Tony Clues.
4.
Councillor Davey.
4.
Councillor Deakin. Councillor Deakin. Return there in a moment. Councillor Dervick.
4.
Councillor Downs.
4.
Councillor Farrow.
4.
Councillor Gosling,
4.
Councillor Hayfield,
4.
Councillor David Humphreys,
4.
Councillor Marion Humphreys,
4.
Councillor Jarvis,
4.
Councillor Jens,
4.
Councillor Lees,
4.
Councillor MacDonald,
4.
Councillor McLaughlin,
4.
Councillor Moss,
4.
Councillor Osborne,
4.
Councillor Parker,
4.
Councillor Parsons,
4.
Councillor Hayden Phillips,
4.
Councillor Owen Phillips,
4.
Councillor Riley,
4.
Councillor Simpson,
4.
Councillor Singh, Councillor Singh, Councillor Smith,
4.
Councillor Simmons,
4.
Councillor Andy Wright,
4.
Councillor David Wright.
4.
And to check with Councillor Deakin, it's
4. Sorry, I cut out.
thank you. And again, I don't know if you want to just check, because Councillor Singh, maybe he's not in the meeting anymore. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Seems to be.
Lost everything. I'm still on.
Okay, sorry about that. My tablet sort of cut out. Thanks to Mr. Maxey and IT for the assistance. Before going into private session, we have one resolution that we need to put through, and it's to authorise the Chief Executive, in accordance with Article 13.05 of the Articles of the Constitution, to sign and seal on behalf of the Council any orders, deeds and documents necessary to give effect to any resolution of the Council.
Move.
Proposed by Councillor Moss, seconded by...
Seconded.
Who was seconded, sorry?
Me.
Councillor Simpson. Mr. Tobin, could we take the vote, please?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councillor Bell,
4.
Councillor Chambers,
4.
Councillor Denise Clues,
4.
Councillor Tony Clues,
4.
Councillor Davey,
4.
Councillor Deakin, Councillor Deakin, Councillor Dervix.
4.
So is that Councillor Deakin? I don't know, I did hear something. Thank you. Councillor Downs,
4.
Councillor Farrow,
4.
Councillor Gosling,
4.
Councillor Hayfield,
4.
Councillor David Humphreys,
4.
Councillor Marion Humphreys,
4.
Councillor Jarvis,
4.
Councillor Jens,
4.
Councillor Lees,
4.
Councillor MacDonald,
4.
Councillor McLaughlin,
4.
Councillor Moss,
4.
Councillor Osborne,
4.
Councillor Parker,
4.
Councillor Parsons,
4.
Councillor Hayden Phillips,
4.
Councillor Owen Phillips,
4.
Councillor Riley,
4.
Councillor Simpson,
4.
Councillor Singh, Councillor Smith,
4.
Councillor Simmons,
4.
Councillor Andy Wright,
4.
Councillor David Wright.
4.
Thank you, Mr. Tobin. We now come to the point where we go into private and confidential, and it's to consider whether, in accordance with Section 100A, in brackets 4 of the Local Government Act 1972, the public and press should be excluded from the meeting for the following items of business on the grounds that they involve the likely disclosure of exempt information as defined by Schedule 12A of the Act. Somebody propose, please.
I'll propose.
Proposed by Councillor Tony Clues, seconded by?
I'll propose.
I'll second that, Mr. Mayor.
Seconded by Councillor David Wright. Mr. Tobin?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councillor Bell,
4.
Councillor Chambers,
4.
Councillor Denise Clues,
4.
Councillor Tony Clues,
4.
Councillor Davey,
4.
Councillor Deakin,
4.
Councillor Dervix,
4.
Councillor Downs,
4.
Councillor Farrow,
4.
Councillor Gosling,
4.
Councillor Hayfield,
4.
Councillor David Humphreys,
4.
Councillor Marion Humphreys,
4.
Councillor Jarvis,
4.
Councillor Jens,
4.
Councillor Lees,
4.
Councillor MacDonald,
4.
Councillor McLaughlin,
4.
Councillor Moss,
4.
Councillor Osborne,
4.
Councillor Parker,
4.
Councillor Parsons,
4.
Councillor Hayden Phillips,
4.
Councillor Owen Phillips,
4.
Councillor Riley,
4.
Councillor Simpson,
4.
Councillor Singh, Councillor Smith,
4.
Councillor Simmons,
4.
Councillor Andy Wright,
4.
Councillor David Wright.
4.
Carried.
That's carried. If I could ask our colleagues from IT to